Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sminkel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, because I definitely am. It's been a while since last I brought you back to the farm here on MARWELL. A lot of things have changed. As you can see, we've got no more bales standing here in our yard. The barn was kind enough to take all of them. They actually lost one of their regular suppliers, if you can put it that way. So they made a new deal with me that for every cut season, so every time there's a harvest quote unquote happening, that they'll be able to take up to 100 silage bales. So that's actually awesome for me. It's almost like a fixed contract. This is until further notice, so it might change, but for now it's actually very awesome. The second thing that happened, and that I'm very sad about, is that our dudes is standing. It broke. It broke violently. The entire drivetrain practically blew apart. So yeah, that thing's standing. It's sad actually. I really love that thing. I don't know how much it's going to cost to fix it or how to fix it, so I'll be climbing into that if and when I have time. So I'm in a position where I need a second tractor again, but that's already been fixed. The other thing that did happen is the harvest on this field of mine at the end. I finished the harvest, sold all the grain, and then I baled the straw and sold that directly. So we've got an empty field here that now needs to be prepped for the next planting season. So it needs to be plowed, it needs to be limed, fertilized, all those kind of things, and I don't have any of those equipment, pieces of it, whatever. I don't have any of that equipment. But what I do have, and what I did do, is made a couple of changes. So I'm keeping this little tractor, obviously I'm not selling it, because I need a second one. But I did order for myself a new tractor. A new tractor specifically that's able to do the triple mower setup, which is 300 horses. So I'm getting a very, very nice, very big, very awesome, brand new tractor, which I'm gonna go get now. That also gives me the ability to sell these pieces of equipment, because I'm not gonna need that mower anymore. I'm gonna swap that for the NovaCat double mower. Yeah, NovaCat double mower, and then the windrower I'm gonna sell, and then buy the one with two rotors, if you could call it that, because that's the perfect size to fit onto the back of the tractor, basically creating a single swath for the mower. So you'll see what I'm talking about as soon as I get everything hooked up. But yeah, it's quite a lot of equipment pieces that needs to happen, but I'm excited. I am super stoked. This is gonna be awesome. And there we are, brand new Massey Ferguson 8700. Oh, she's a beaut. She's an absolute beaut. I'll go and have a look at her now. Let me just get this dropped off and return to the store, and we can sort out the new equipment and everything. So the mower and everything will only be able, I'll only be able to get that tomorrow morning from them. Yeah, I brought you in at a weird time, but I'm so excited to actually come and collect the tractor that I just couldn't wait, and I had to bring you guys along for this. So here we are, Massey Ferguson 8727. Wow, so excited I can't even speak. Look at this beastie. 300 horsepower from the factory as is. Wheel weights on the back, just for a little bit of extra grip, and it actually has the ability to upgrade to about 400 horses. So small tweaks on the engine that we can do. Obviously it's going to cost us some, but that we can do to get the 400 horses. That's awesome. Okay, let's check this baby out. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love Massey Ferguson. I really do. And this really is a very nice model. See, I'm not going to take this tractor now. I'm going to leave it here at the shop for now. 0 hours. It's awesome. I'm going to leave it here at the shop for now, that the guys can, just double check everything's right and stuff. I just wanted to get in and drive it around the yard, just have a feel for it. It's only been delivered now, so they haven't done a proper pre-delivery inspection and all those kind of things. So yeah, they still need to do that. I was just too excited. And the guys at the shop for now, I couldn't wait. So super excited. So this is gonna be my new baby, my big boy, doing all the mowing work. And eventually all the sewing work and all those kind of things as well. Plowing, sewing, those kind of things, and this tractor will do fertilization and all the small odd jobs around the farm. It's still able to pull the grain cart when we're harvesting. So the good thing about this tractor is the fact that I didn't go too small. I didn't start with a tiny New Holland. I did get myself a 175 horsepower tractor, so that's enough for now, or that was enough until I needed the big boy. But that's awesome. So that means that this tractor still has a use. Excited. So yeah, I already ordered all the new equipment, the extra mower and rower and those things, so they'll be ready for me to collect tomorrow morning. I asked the guys, they'll come and pick me up, with one of the drivers will come and pick me up tomorrow morning and take me to the shop so that I can get my tractor and the new equipment. So super exciting times ahead, which means I'm gonna go turn in now, try and sleep, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm too flipping excited, but I'm gonna have to try, because it's gonna be a long day tomorrow, because I'm gonna have to use the new equipment to mow this entire field, and this is a big field. But yeah, what's now happening is the fact that our mowing width is going from 7 meters to 8.5 meters. But the more important thing is the fact that we'll be able to mow and row in a single pass, which removes one step completely. Normally I would have had to mow and then bring in the windrower and then do that separately, but all in one step now, and oh man, it's gonna be awesome. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. So here we are at the store, bright and early. The guys were actually kind enough to, as I said, come and collect me. The equipment has been pulled out of the warehouse, standing right there. So let's go and have a look quickly. So this is the windrow, Goon something, I really don't know the model designations. And this is the rear part of the mower, Pottinger. So let me get this hooked up and then I can show you guys, I'll give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like. Let's finish this transaction. So the mowers, both of them, will be on the front of the tractor, which is why I needed the wheel wells at the back. And then the rower hooks up to the back. And that's going to be the setup. This means I can mow and row in one go, which is awesome. But this is why I needed 300 horsepower, because this whole setup needs approximately 300. The mowers actually requires quite a lot of power. But yes, I'm gonna get this back to the yard. I'm gonna hook up the single front mower to this, and then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna start mowing with my new setup. And I'm very excited to do so. I'm just going to drop this rower off here for a second while I move into the warehouse. It's a little heavy on the front end with the mowers folded up. But once they're down and mowing, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm really glad I got the rear wheel weights, otherwise this would have been almost impossible to control. This really is a big tractor, way bigger than what I'm used to. So let's get everything unfolded and set up. Here we go. Mowing and rowing, baby. See, so it's a single pass leaves a single swath. I don't have to worry about coming through with a windrower again. Oh, this is awesome. Obviously one of those grown big M's would have been better, but I mean that's 400,000. That's insane. And this way I still have a tractor to do other jobs around the yard, like planting, plowing, all those kind of things. So yeah, it gives me the dual purpose that I need. So mowing wise, I should actually take around the same time. It's a little bit faster than my previous setup, but not by much, because it's not a lot wider. But the big advantage, as I said, comes in the fact that I only have to do a single pass. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to bring the baler around. Watch me mow. Yeah, that's loud. I could, if I have time later this week, I might actually help this farmer with the harvest. He normally does require help. Bit of extra money. That said, if I'm gonna be selling 100 bales, I don't know if I'm really gonna need the extra money, because even at the lower prices, 100 bales will be quite a very big. That's gonna be rough estimation about 120,000 at the lower prices. Well, that's a really rough estimate. So I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. But I mean, that's awesome. Okay, I know, you know, it sucks for the other guy. But you know, that's why you give good customer service and you give good quality products. And it allows you to climb the ladder, people. And even though I'm doing this, you know, as fulfilling a dream and everything, it's not because I wanted another business or anything like that. The farm is still a business, and you have to think like that, because if you don't, you're gonna go bankrupt. So from a business perspective, I'm doing really well, I think. I haven't had too many failures or anything like that. That dude is actually the first equipment failure I'm having, and that's on an old tractor, so that's really not too much of an issue. Yeah, well, it sucks because I really love that tractor, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, I'm gonna continue the process here, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of it.
Breathe you in like oxygen. Oh, in an otherwise suffocating world, I'm reaching out for arms, I'm drowning in the open-ended love we're making, girl. Exhale the past, inhale a future that lasts. Change my heart, change my mind. For the last time, wanna believe in the life I've led. I don't wanna leave another word unsaid. You know my heart will follow you in tomorrow. In tomorrow. Shared my evidence you once really cared. I'm reaching for a hand to pull me up, one open to an everlasting love. Exhale the past, inhale the future that lasts. Change my heart, change my mind. For the last time, wanna believe in the life I've led. I don't wanna leave another word unsaid. You know my heart will follow you in tomorrow. In tomorrow.
And that is it, we are finally done. Let's just get everything shut down, like so. This can get folded up, and we can start baling. That's awesome. Still took quite a while, As I said, the difference is not necessarily in the mowing side as far as time goes. It's in the fact that we don't have to row as well, and the setup brings its own set of challenges in the manner you can drive around the field. A square field would have been a lot easier to work with, but you know, you take what you have and you do what you can. So let's get this put away. Without breaking anything. And over there. Like so. The mowers, and then put you in the corner. Now what I want to start doing is actually the plowing on field 15. So that's going to stay right there. And in order to do the plowing, I need to do the fertilization first. Because what I can do is, while I do the baling, for example, I can get someone to help me with the plowing. It's going to cost me some money, but at least, you know, there's a second task being completed, and it takes away from what I would need to do eventually. So, you know, the farm is growing, so I might as well look at getting an employee. I mean, the temps, you use them, you pay them per hour, so, you know, pros and cons, I suppose. Wouldn't be able to afford a permanent farmhand. We'll get there. So I'm still using temps. Depends how it works out. I might, you know, keep using temps. Who knows? Oh, there's a lot of farm work available on the other guys' fields, but I have my own stuff to do. So I suppose you're actually wondering why I'm coming to the store. Before I can start the plowing, I want to put one layer of fertilization on there and plow that in. Basically prep the ground for the next, what do you call it? So, next crop? Yeah, next crop. Okay, so we want this thing, we want this thing. One of the spreading discs. It's a popular setup, so they should have that in stock. It takes 9,000 liters, more than enough, and it's got flotation tires. Goody, let's buy this. Okay, need to fill it up first, so let's get the telehandler. Struggling to drive today. It's already after 4 and it's been a long day, so excuses. This thing takes 9,000 liters, so I'll fill it up quite a bit. You know what? I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna fill that puppy to the brim. Here. Okay. That's an awkward position. Okay, this thing can turn quite sharp, so. Yeah, got it out of there, didn't hit anything. It's good news. And let's get this loaded up. I think it's gonna take everything as well. Ugh, heavy, heavy, heavy. Yeah, completely, well, almost completely full. So let's get this parked off. Put down the boom. Turn off the engine. Let's go get our tractor. And get hooked up to the fertilizer spreader. Almost 9,000 liters in there, so quite full. Let's get spreading. So with the discs on the back, you actually get fairly widespread. So I don't think it would be too hard to get this field done. It's still obviously going to take some time, but you know, not too long. And I mean, driving at 20 kilometers an hour, we've got about a 32 meter spread. Yeah, we'll get that. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, so we're basically done with the fertilization. I'm just gonna do this last little tiny piece. And then fertilization should be done, which means we can start plowing, which is also gonna take a while. Because the plow is, well, it's not very large. It's not very large at all. It's kind of what you get with plowing. And the really large plows require really large tractors, which I don't have. So we used about 1,500 liters of fertilizer, so there's quite a lot still left. I'm going to put this in here, if I can. Oof, only just. Probably have been better to just reverse it in the way. Okay. So this little tractor is going to be used to do the baling. But before I do that, I need to set everything up for the plow. And for the worker coming to help me. And okay, let's leave that there. Get into the Massey Ferguson. Massey Ferguson's actually got a very rich history. It just used to be Massey. I think Harris Massey or something like that. Harris Massey. They actually produced the first tractor with a 3-point linkage. Cool enough. It was it's a little grey Massey Ferguson. Everybody just calls it the little Massey, actually. The little grey Massey. I can't remember what the model number of that thing is. Anyway, and then later they merged with Ferguson. I think the owner there is Henry Ferguson, so it's Harris Massey and Henry Ferguson or something like that. And then Massey Ferguson was born. And yeah, I think actually they now belong to the AGCO group. AGCO. There's a lot of brands that now belong to the AGCO group. I don't know if they're still being manufactured in the UK. I really don't know. But I know they belong to AGCO. AGCO actually started out as Gleamer or Cleaner, I think. Something like that. Very interesting history, to be honest. Let's see. Plows. What's plows? Not subsoiler. So it does the same thing as a plow. It's just easier to manage because it's square. So we have 4 meters there, and if we go to the actual plows, there's the plows. We can take the Lemken. I think, yeah, the Lemken's gonna be the largest we can use, and that's 4.9 meters. Well, that's 59,000. You see, that's the problem. It's freaking 59,000. So I'm gonna buy this. It's gonna take a couple of, well, many hours. I'm not gonna lease it because it's gonna be too expensive. So I'm just gonna buy it, and we're gonna start plowing. So a subsoiler is basically the same thing as plowing. It breaks up the sub layer, the hard layer that gets created after a couple of harvests. So for the most part, plowing is actually not required for most crops, but initial preparation for the ground itself, plowing is a good idea. And subsoiling, much the same thing. The idea is basically to just break up the ground. Where a plow would, so the moldboard plow would literally turn over the ground, bring what's at the bottom up to the top, while the subsoiler only breaks up the ground. It breaks up the bottom layer, the sub layer, and then the surface as well. But it doesn't create the massive furrows that a normal moldboard plow would create. So you can actually very easily plant on top of subsoil ground. So you still get kind of the effect of plowing, just, you know, it's less harsh on the ground. And in actual fact, you know, a lot of the organisms and everything that is down in the ground, you don't want to pull them over up to the top. And if the stubble and everything that's left, if that now goes to the bottom underground, it's not actually gonna ferment properly because there's no oxygen down there. So, you know, there's plus and minus. There's actually a whole science. There's a whole lot of science involved in farming, actually. I mean, in the olden days, people didn't really go into this kind of depth to see what it does. They just, you know, more of experience. They thought, you know, they saw that if they plow, or if they do this, or if they do that, then the yield is higher. You know, it's not the technical research and analysis that we have in farming today, but you know, they knew how to get results. And at the end of the day, you know, that's the important thing. You know, if I would say, you know, do this, this, or this, it'll give you a better yield, and you can't necessarily say why, but you know, the mathematical reasons why, but he knows it works. Anyway, let's get baling. I honestly don't know how long the video is going to be at this stage, but I really want to try and get the plowing and the baling done as soon as possible, but it might take, it's still going to take a while. We already spent the entire day just now, you know what, it's getting too late and it's very difficult working the night here. I think I'm going to leave it there. The guy I'm using probably going to work for another half hour, then he's going to go as well, because if you let them work through the night, it's, oof man, it's expensive. So, you know, I think I'm just going to leave it there. Continue with the plowing and the baling on the morrow. I wonder how many bales did we get? I think last time we got something like 120 something bales. So that would mean we would have at least 100 bales that we could deliver to the barn immediately, which would be awesome. So that's going to be a lot of money right there. And then once the plowing is done here, I need to go buy cedar. Yeah, I need to go buy cedar. Okay, let's check the tablet out. Ideally, I would want, where am I now? This one, the 9-meter one. Let me see, that's going to be too expensive. I need at least 6 meters, but 9 meters would be preferable. I can't go any smaller than that. This is really a large field. I really can't go smaller than that. So I'm going to have to either work for the other farmers, see if I can make some money that way, or I'm going to have to wait for the silage bales to ferment and then sell them to make the extra money necessary. Yeah, because I need a larger one. So as I said, yeah, the ground has much more cultivated texture on the surface than it would with a moldboard plow. So much smoother surface. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to continue plowing and baling and all those pretty little things, and see how I'm going to make a little bit more money to actually buy myself the cedar that I need. But yeah, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Please feel free to rate, subscribe or share, and whatever you may choose, I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.